Hey there, beautiful souls. Whether you're single or in a relationship, this intuitive love tarot reading was meant to find you. If you're new here, welcome to Universal Wisdom Tarot. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being here again. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for ongoing spiritual guidance. If you've been searching for answers, clarity, or confirmation, this reading may hold the message you've been waiting for. Ready to see what's unfolding? Let's dive in. Hey there, Aquarius. This is your general intuitive love reading. It is for mid-August. I have asked for blessings for the reading, so let's just dive in and let's see what the cards want to reveal. All right, Aquarius, we're going to jump right into your current general energies. You have this openness card. It is clarified by the Nine of Wands. It is also clarified by the Two of Cups. This is an energy that shows that if you are in a relationship, the connection is trying to break through defenses. Okay, you're trying to be open. You're trying to have some openness, one or both of you, if you are in a relationship. If you are single and looking for love, this openness is more about saying, I'm going to be a little bit less vulnerable. I'm going to be a little less pessimistic about a next relationship based on a past relationship. All right. The openness card says on it, emotionally vulnerable, acknowledging emotions, taking risk in love. And that's what it is. When we're open, we are taking a risk in love because we need to acknowledge our feelings and what it is, our needs in terms of a relationship. Okay. And there are some defenses here that need to be broken down. Now, the 9 is also a card of saying, you're persevering through something and you're going to have the relationship that you want, and you're going to cut through whatever it is. You're going to keep persevering to meet the right one because you want a relationship that is extremely loving and open. All right. So the openness suggests vulnerability, right? And it says this is really necessary in order to have a deep relationship, or this is really necessary within this existing relationship to be open, to break down the walls, to push through somebody's defenses, but also at the same time to persevere because relationships take work. They take work. Okay. So, the real question in a way that you might be asking yourself is, what does it take to open up? Okay. Or can I open up? Or can they open up? Or Why can't they open up? Okay. Because maybe there are trust issues, or maybe there is something going on there. You do have the guilt trip in the resistance position, and you have the criticism card there. So, interesting going on there. But definitely feeling like, yeah, that you are looking to see, can you open up? And if you can't open up, or they can't open up, why are the defenses there? The defenses are probably there because there are trust issues, or you have trust issues trusting somebody else, somebody new, or getting into a relationship because of the past. Very possible. Okay. So, can't you open up, or can you open up, or, can't they open up? Like, what's going on? All right. So, yeah, a lot going on there, my friends. Nine of Wands does say, you're persevering, you're going to push through it. Like I said, relationships take a lot of work. That can be exhausting. You could be very guarded. They could be very guarded. You could be guarded if, you're not even open to trying to go out there and date, especially if you are single and, you know, you don't have anybody, but you really want to be in a relationship. Well, you can't do that from sitting on your couch watching Netflix, right? You actually have to put yourself out there, and that takes courage. And that's something that's hard to do, right? It's fear of being hurt, or fear of being hurt again, right? So definitely somebody out there is still carrying some kind of protective walls from some past pain or some current pain, right? Now you have the Two of Cups here, which says, you do want a deep love. You do want mutual feelings with somebody. You do want some compatibility with somebody. You do want some kind of genuine connection. Okay. If you are in a relationship, then you have a genuine connection. If you aren't, you're looking for that genuine connection. Okay. So if you are in a relationship, then I'd say this is a bond where maybe love exists, but there's fear that's slowing it down because of the trust and openness issues. Now, if you are not in a relationship, you want the love, but again, it blocks you from having it because of the trust and openness issues. Let's get into the resistance. The challenge is the guilt trip card. It is clarified by the 10 and 7 of Pentacles, so something going on there in the material world. The guilt trip card says, pressures you, okay? Pressures you to have sex, it says. But, obviously there's pressure on you. Always give into having it and expecting it all the same. Okay, now guilt trips don't have to just be related to sex, although on that card they talk a lot about sex. Guilt trips can come in many forms, but it is a form of pressure. Okay. It is a form of giving in. And when somebody always expects one party to give in, that is not a fair or balanced relationship. Okay. So the challenge here is around, what is it that you expect in a long-term relationship? You certainly don't expect guilt trips. I can tell you that. All right. I can tell you that you are willing to invest emotionally, but pressure is going to surround that if you can't be open. Yeah. So if you are in a relationship, you are certainly giving it some good thought and reflecting on what are your needs? What are your wants for the long term? How any guilt might be playing in here? What trust issues you have? What trust issues they have? What trust issues you both have? And how that is now starting to cause pressure in the relationship. That's if you're in a relationship. If you are not in a relationship, You are saying, I have trust issues from the past because of maybe guilt trips. You have to figure out what it is that you want and give that good thought about what you believe a long-term relationship should look like or should feel like. Okay. This card is wanting stability, but it's in the resistance. So it's not coming just yet. Okay. This card is about commitment and family or long-term security. It's not there yet. Okay. You are definitely waiting, you're evaluating, you're reflecting whether a relationship can truly grow or is truly growing the way you had hoped, or they had hoped, or both of you had hoped. So your resistance, your challenge, your blockage here involves pressure. Pressure tied to expectations. Pressure tied to trust, which is a key foundational thing in a really good relationship. Now, I'm not sure if one or both of you feels guilty, right, because of the guilt thing there, or there's some responsibility issues that are tied to the guilt trip, but there's certainly a burden. Okay. And maybe somebody feels burdened about the amount of time and emotional investment that has been placed into a relationship, or the amount of investment you need to put into a relationship. Hence the reason why you don't trust if you're single, because you don't want to go there again. The criticism card is the outcome, clarified by the Nine of Swords and the Temperance card. The criticism card says always criticizing partner, subconsciously cheating, and it's never good enough. Okay. So, listen, well, here's what I'm really feeling off of this criticism card. Criticism's tough to take. Criticism is really something that pushes us down. It puts pressure on us. It puts us in a hole sometimes. It keeps us up at night. It gives us anxiety. It gives us stomach issues. It gives us constant nightmares, whatever. All right. Listen, if you have trust issues, if you're in a relationship with trust issues, if you're single and you have trust issues, you can't be open. The criticism in a relationship of a nature where there is no trust and there are guilt trips is not a healthy one. That needs to be healed before anything good is possible. Some of you might be having harsh thoughts on yourself, putting pressure on yourself. Obviously, there's some emotional anxiety there that needs to be softened up a bit. Okay. I would say this is really a time to confront the tensions if you are in a relationship, or confront the idea that you have trust issues and how you might get over those so that you can get to a nice, loving relationship. You need to understand your wants and your needs. If you're with somebody, you need to express your wants, your needs, your desires clearly. Okay. So that you can get out of this guilt, so you can get out of this mental turmoil, so you can get out of this overthinking and this fear-based thinking. All right. Temperance says, I'm bringing you some balance. That's what you need. You need healing, you need patience, you need emotional moderation. All right. So, if you are in a relationship, if you are being criticized or there's a lot of criticism, whether it's towards yourself or towards somebody else, when we replace the criticism with compassion and emotional balance, that can make something better. Food for thought. If you are in a relationship and you want to put the effort in toward this, and looking at this a little more deeply. If you're not, and you're just single and you're not in a relationship, basically the criticism is something you want to stay away from, and you will recognize it when you see it so that you aren't running toward it. You're going to recognize it right away and say, nope, that's not what I want. All right. But healing is really important for you in either case in this reading, my friends. Healing comes with patience. It comes with understanding. And it certainly comes with some communication, but some calm communication. Okay, my friends, interesting read, that is for certain, and that's where I'm going to leave it for today. I don't know what will resonate with who, but don't forget to like and subscribe because it really does help this channel out. It helps me to continue to bring you readings and help to guide you. And I am truly appreciative of your support of this channel. It does not exist without you. I'll see you soon. Until then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.